welcome to the channel and another video. This is the Arsenal catch-up here on James Johnson Football. And as always, I am your host, James Johnston. I want to just apologise for not being consistent in my uploads. I know that I've had quite a lot of new subscribers and a lot of views for my channel anyway on the videos that I've made so far this year. So I just want to come back now and basically give my thoughts on everything Arsenal-wise that I've missed since I did the last video. So first and foremost was Arsenal versus Fulham. In this game, Xhaka had a great chance on the volley after a lovely ball from Gabriel Jesus. He should have scored it. Martinelli had a corner that hit the bar when Leno was uncomfortable, a bit of a precursor to later events in the game. Saka, he had a brilliant 1v1 and he hit it straight at Leno, which was the best chance of that first half, and for me, he should have tucked that away. Odegaard, he hit one which produced a good save from Leno as well. Fulham then scored. They opened the scoring. Their goal comes from two mistakes. Saka hits a suicide pass across his box. I don't know what he's thinking there. And Gabriel just dawdled for way too long, letting Mitrovic tackle him and score. Odegaard then got the equaliser back quickly. It was deflected, but who cares? It was a lovely finish from range. Ramsdale, he made a great save from a Mitrovic header, which could have made it 2-1 to Fulham. And then Nketiah, he had a great chance, but he thrashed at it and he didn't connect properly. Nketiah, he had another one this time after being played in by Martinelli, which he hit straight at Leno as well. And then Martinelli tried to bend one that went just a tad wide. The equaliser, it was scored by Gabriel from the corner. He made up for his error earlier, getting in there. And it's great now at Arsenal that we have such good centre-backs in the box, especially from these set pieces. And it goes back to the set-piece coaching, which was pivotal last season as well. It's really coming into fruition again this season. And Leno, he proved what I said. I got slated a lot for saying that this man isn't a goalkeeper that's going to get you into the top four and progress. I always believed he didn't command his area well enough, especially from crosses and set pieces, and just goes to prove me right here. I loved Zinchenko on the celebration of this goal, by the way. The stewards actually thought he was a fan that hopped over the railings. It was really, really good scenes. And that sums up that game for me. Man of the match on the day, Martin Odegaard. I thought he was absolutely excellent. Next game was Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Now, I was at this game and the atmosphere under the lights was absolutely incredible. It was electric in there. I can't believe how good the atmosphere was. It's arguably one of the best atmospheres that I've been in the Emirates for a very, very, very long time. The first half, I couldn't believe Bukayo Saka didn't get a penalty after the incident with Mings. Tyrone Mings there makes no attempt to play the ball, and he just roughhouses Saka by picking him up and throwing him to the ground. After that, Odegaard played a great pass into Jesus from a set piece, and Martinez made a very, very good save from this. Gabriel then had a chance from a set piece as well that he hit wide, and Gabriel Jesus had a great chance again, and the rebound found to Odegaard, but it was blocked by Mings. It was a very, very good block, to be fair to him. Martinelli, he then crossed one into Saka, who has an open goal, but he blasts it over, and he should have finished that one. The first goal, Granit Xhaka, he has the shot. Martinez spills it into Jesus, and Arsenal go 1-0 up. After that, Kieran Tierney had a shot saved, and one of the best chances of the game, Martinelli hit this huge volley, which I thought was going into the top bins, and I was like, this is going to be one of the goals of the season here. But Martinez made an absolutely brilliant save. It was a really, really good save. Second half, Odegaard hit a lovely free kick, which was saved, and then the Aston Villa equaliser, Douglas Luiz, he's whipped it in for a corner. You know, he scored a corner again. That's his second in the space of a week or so, and he's becoming a bit of a specialist at scoring from these corners. Martinelli then responded pretty much right away with a great finish that Martinez flapped into his net. And thoughts on the game overall, I thought Martinelli was electric, and he was my man of the match for this one. Next up was Man United versus Arsenal. So this one, Martinelli scores, but the goal is ruled out after VAR intervenes. And you know, once the ref comes over to the monitor, he's going to disallow it. In the history of VAR in the Premier League, I think only Michael Oliver has been the only ref with the strength of conviction not to overturn a monitor review. For me, I still think the foul is soft. I say this because if this is a foul on an Arsenal player and they go on to score, I don't think we get it. I think it's due to the perception that Arsenal are classed as a weak or soft team. And with the lack of consistency with VAR, especially in this week of games in the Premier League, there was so much controversy with VAR. Leaves you scratching your head. Man United's first goal, it's a nice counter-attack from them. Unfortunately, when Arsenal play this high line, which has been brilliant so far in the season, especially with the counter-press, when your counter-press fails, you're going to concede goals like this. I mean, Gabriel, for me here, he abandons the left centre-back role. He then goes over to the right. Saliba then comes over to cover the left channel. And what could have been a 4 versus 3 in Arsenal's favour then becomes a 3 versus 3. Zinchenko, he then fouls because he gets drawn to the ball instead of the man, and he doesn't see Anthony behind him, who then gets the pass and slots it in on his debut. After that, Odegaard and Saka both have chances. They should have scored, however, they miss. And then finally, Saka gets the equaliser, and it's a lovely ball in from Odegaard into Jesus, and the ball finds its way to Saka, who tucks it in under Martinez's legs. United's second goal, it's just switching off at the back again, this time from Saliba, unfortunately, and Ben White, unfortunately. It's a nice ball from Eriksen that finds Rashford, who tucks it home. Arteta, he then makes all the subs, and it was a huge gamble, and obviously it didn't pay off. And a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, Mike from the Arsenal Bubble channel, please check him out. He discussed this at length, and he felt that maybe Arteta still gets too emotionally involved in games instead of letting the games naturally progress. And I must say, I agree here. I think obviously we were 2-1 down, so we were already losing when he made the subs. But I think he made too many in one go, and I think he went a bit too offensively, when we still could have maybe done what United did and controlled it a bit better and maybe got them on the counter. The third goal was a sucker punch, and again, Rashford, again, he receives the ball across the box and he just has to slot it in. I was absolutely gutted to lose this game, especially the way we played, and it leaves more questions about Arsenal in terms of beating a team that's perceived in the big six. And on the day, for me, Jesus was man of the match, and I thought second half, Bukayo Saka was fantastic, and I thought Vieira was fantastic when he did come on for that quick cameo. Next up was FC Zurich, and some changes were made in this one. Turner, Vieira, Marquinhos all got their full debuts, and Gabriel and Turner, they had a ropey one early with a back pass and trying to play it out the back, and Holding made a very, very good clearance off the line to cover for them too, who were very, very ropey in that situation. The first goal, it's absolutely brilliant. It's a beautiful pass by Vieira into Nketiah, who runs down that left channel, fires it wide into Marquinhos, who slotted home with a lovely finish. And it's a massive goal for this lad, who he had a very emotional reaction, but good for him. It was a lovely moment and a lovely goal for the lad. It was a really, really nice finish. Zurich get a penalty which was conceded by Nketiah, and the Zurich man slots it in, totally against the runner play, and right before half-time as well. Tierney then had a nice chance, and Nketiah had a great chance after a nice ball by Lokonga as well in the second half. But then eventually the second goal goes in after Marquinhos laid in an absolute peach of a cross, and Nketiah heads it home. Jesus, he had a chance as well, just producing a good save right near the end. And it's a good win to start the Europa League campaign off. And for me, man of the match on this one, it was Marquinhos on his debut. He was absolutely fantastic. And if we're going to pursue playing this young lad, if he can produce goals and assists like that, albeit in the Europa League or in the Premier League, if he's relied upon to give Saka a break, then we've got a very, very good player here. If he can get numbers and do that perceived, defensive work and underappreciated work that you didn't get from Pepe, then we've got a very, very good player here. Next up was Brentford, and I loved the approach to this game right away. We looked sharp. Martinelli had a great chance. I think it was within 2 minutes, and we just absolutely dominated them from start to finish. The first goal, it's a beautiful corner in, and a big header from Saliba puts us 1-0 up. The second, it's a brilliant, brilliant pass from Granit Xhaka after a nice pass to him from Tierney. And Jesus, it's a beautiful and inviting cross, and all Jesus has to do is guide it home with his head, which he does. And It's an absolutely amazing, amazing goal. The third, though, is a pick of the bunch. Fabio Vieira absolutely pings one in off the post, and it's a lovely, lovely goal. Jesus had another chance after that near the end, and Raya made a good save. Saka, he has probably what was our best chance after the third goal, and Raya makes a brilliant save from that one as well. Jesus, he nearly scores again, and Raya makes a good save after he tackled a Brentford player, and then he dribbled past them both, and I thought he's going to do it, but yeah, it was a great save from Raya, and Nketiah could have followed that in and got the fourth, but no, he didn't. He wasn't following it. He wasn't following it in. We then brought on the 15-year-old Ethan Namari. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I get that wrong. And the backlash for doing this is absolutely ridiculous. I was very happy and very proud that we actually brought this kid on and created a bit of history here. And he's obviously worked very, very hard to get that opportunity, and his hard work was rewarded. I think he come on and had a little brief cameo, and good for him is all I'll say. All in all, I thought this was our best performance of the season, and I'm going to give the man of the match for this one to Granit Xhaka. I think he's been absolutely immense for Arsenal this season. He did get a silly booking in this game. However, everything else from him was absolutely perfect. So coming up next, we got the North London derby this weekend. And my lineup, I'm going to go for Ramsdale. I'm going to keep White at right back. I'm going to go for Gabriel and Saliba as the centre-back partnerships. I'm actually going to play Tierney at left-back. And the reason I'm doing this is I think if Kulusevski is fit and going to play, I think he's better defensively to go against Kulusevski than Zinchenko is. I'm going to sacrifice what Zinchenko gives us in terms of controlling in the midfield, and maybe more so from an attacking standpoint, to have Tierney's defensive solidity. In midfield, I'm going to gamble and think Partey's fit, and I'm going to go for Xhaka, obviously, and then Odegaard in there, and then the front three picks itself, doesn't it, with Jesus, Martinelli and Saka. And for me, Martinelli and Saka are absolutely vital in this game, as well as the most vital man, which is Thomas Partey. I think if we can get it out wide and attack their fullbacks and cut in, I think we're going to cause them a lot of problems. And Partey, why I say is the most important. We really just need to shut that supply line into Kane. Kane's going to want to drop deep in this game and spread it to the wide players of Spurs, and we just need to nullify that as soon as we possibly can. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you very much. I just thought I'd do a quick catch up of what I've missed. But after the North London derby, I'll go back to doing my long form videos and hopefully have Tom or someone else join me and discuss that game. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and please leave a like and subscribe if you don't already. Peace.